Matt here again, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you around the Fort Pierce West KOA on Florida's east coast. From the shower facilities to the pool area, everything in this campground looks and feels brand new, so stick around as I show you around. Here's a look at the map of the campground. This KOA is situated just off the I-95 and includes large level lots. All lots have full hookups, which include water, power, sewer, cable TV, and Wi-Fi. This campground is so new that there were still some sections under development while we were there. It looks like they have big plans to keep expanding, so I'll be curious to return in a year or two to see what's changed. Here's some examples of some of the sites. This first one is a back-in site, and we typically prefer these because they're usually a little bit more private and less expensive. By the way, this is site A06, and it was just a few sites down from where we stayed on A10. As with most campgrounds, the back-in sites are a bit shorter, but this wasn't a problem for us since we have a 19-foot RV. All of the sites include a fairly generous grassy area next to the RV pad, except the ADA sites, which have a concrete area for accessibility. Next, I'll show you a couple examples of pull-through lots. This first one is B07. It's quite apparent that this campground has been designed for the big rigs. All the pull-through sites are quite long, and would be able to accommodate even the biggest RVs. But of course, double check what size of RV your lot can accommodate before booking. Here's another example of a pull-through site, and you'll notice that aside from the ADA and premium sites, all lots here have gravel pads. Given that this is a newer campground, the biggest thing I found that was missing was any sort of character, or trees for that matter. There's virtually no shade anywhere in this campground, and you do feel like you're just kind of camping in one big field. On the bright side, if you're using a Starlink or a satellite TV, you'll have no trouble getting a good signal here. There were, however, some new lots that were still being worked on when we were there, which will all be back-in lots. These are lots P1 to P79, and it looks like these will have a bit more tree cover.
The Wi-Fi at this campground is super fast. Given it's a new campground, that's not surprising, but you're not going to have any trouble streaming YouTube or TV shows here. They also offer cable TV, about 25 digital channels, so not too bad of a selection. And of course, the lots are fully serviced. You've got water, you've got power, and you've got sewer hookups at all of the lots in this campground.
Here's a look at the pool area, which I would call the jewel of this campground. The pool is by far the largest one I've ever seen in a KOA, and we've stayed at a few KOA resorts. It has a sun shelf, which is about 9 inches deep, and the rest of the pool is between 4 and 5 feet deep. There's lots of lounge chairs around the pool for relaxing, but if it wasn't for the umbrellas, this area, like most other areas in this park, would have very little shade. This building is what I would call the central hub for all the campground facilities. It houses the office, the store, and the laundry room. Located at the very front of the park, it also contains the one and only washroom and shower facilities in the entire park. So if for any reason you're not planning to use the toilet or shower in your RV, then be prepared for a fairly long walk.
One of the biggest downsides about the washroom facilities at this campground is there are very few. There is a single men's washroom, a single women's washroom, and when I mean single, I mean you go in and lock the door behind you, and there's one toilet in each of these 2 washrooms. And then there's one other unisex washroom. For a park of this size with this many lots, I'm surprised that there's not more washroom facilities. Same problem with the showers. There's 2 unisex showers. That's it. 2 of them. Again, for a park this size, and at the time that we're here, the park is at least half empty, if not more. So I can't imagine when it gets busy in this park that you aren't going to be waiting in line to have showers or to use the washroom. I do understand from touring around the park and looking at the park map, they are working on an addition to the park right now. It's already a pretty large KOA campground, but they're doing another addition which will almost double the size. The lots are pretty much ready. However, so far I don't see any plans for another washroom facility, and I think they're really going to need it if they're going to be expanding. So like I mentioned earlier, that's probably one of the biggest limitations of this park right now.
If you're visiting with kids, there is this brand new state-of-the-art playground located right next to the main building. And the KOA also has ladder ball, horseshoe pits, and cornhole boards. There's also a catch and release pond where you can try your hand at some fishing, but make sure you bring your own fishing pole since these aren't provided by the KOA.
There's also great laundry facilities here. They have what looks like commercial-sized dryers and a couple of commercial washers as well. So if you want to do laundry, this is the place to do it. So, overall assessment of this campground, it is a great campground to stay at if you're passing through the area and you need a place to park. Everything is clean and nice and new, but it certainly does lack a little bit of character compared to a lot of the campgrounds we've been to. You're pretty much just in an open field. I mean, that will improve over time as the trees get larger, but don't think we would necessarily stay here again unless we were driving through the area and we needed just a one-night stopover. And of course, if you do have any questions about this campground that I didn't answer in the video, feel free to leave a comment below and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It really does help us out. And don't forget to come back tomorrow to see where we go next.